Howdy folks, welcome back to Ref Shop Outdoors. Today we're stepping back in time a little bit and we're gonna shoot some black powder with the old Hawken. Now, I know there's gonna be some people out there say that is not what the original Hawkens looked like. They didn't have brass furniture mountings. They had steel. Great. This is kind of your entry level. If you want to get into traditional black powder, this is probably going to be your entry level rifle. It's made by Traditions in Spain. This is called the Hawken Woodsman. I think they make a Hawken mountain rifle that actually doesn't have the brass front or the brass mountings, but that's a story for another time. Today we're going to actually test a couple different loads over the chronograph we're going to test Pyrodex P and Pyrodex RS. If you don't know, Pyrodex P stands for pistol. RS stands for rifle shotgun. So that would be like the P would be the equivalent of triple FG black powder. RS would be the equivalent of double FG. And the difference is the more Fs means the finer the powder. Generally, the finer the powder, the faster it burns. Now, Pyrodex burns differently than real black powder. It burns a lot slower. It's more of a whereas real black powder, if you light it, it poof, like explodes. How that is going to go in your barrel, so I think like this is a 28-inch barrel. Pyrodex it would start going, but be burn. You'd get more of a burn down the barrel instead of just one explosion. The Pyrodex P would burn faster than the rifle, than the RS. But some people like to use RS, some people like to use Pyrodex P. So hopefully I don't blow this thing up, but we are going to test both of them. I guess I can turn the chronograph on. There we go. It's on. And now, some people that don't know, if they're just if they're interested in black powder or don't know, there's people that watch my channel that don't know that how to, I need to get a camera person because I can't see the muzzle. But I will show you. I'm just going to lean it up against the shooting table here that you can't see. Here's a powder measure. I got it set at 100 grains. Some people like to use 90. Some people like to use 110 for deer hunting. I actually used 120 and got a deer at about 50 feet with it. In the powder horn, I've got Pyrodex RS, so 2F. Go ahead and load it up if I can. Ooh, I'm making a mess. I wasted some there. When I shot that deer, I actually shot it twice and loaded up just like this with the powder horn and possible bag. All right, so fairly simple, and it's not good to be talking and filming when you're loading a muzzleloader because you could dry ball. If you don't know what that means, put a ball down without powder and then you're gonna have a heck of a time getting it out. I'm sure we've all done it if you've shot black powder long enough. All right, so we'll just pour the gunpowder down in. Make sure I got it all. Boy. I need 2 hands for this. We're shooting a 177 grain Hornady .49 round ball. When you're shooting round balls, you use a patch. Sorry you can't see it, but the patch goes over the muzzle. Set the ball in there and reach into our man purse here for the short start. Try to get the ball centered on that patch if you can. There we get it going. So you can start it with that and then get it going a little more with this. You have all your stuff that you need in Possibles bag or man purse, whatever you want to call it. Ram it. Make sure you pack that ball down. You want it tight on your powder. Try not to run your loading ramrod through your hand. Okay. Now, what did I do? Bring the hammer. You can do it at half cock. Some people like to do it at full. Alrighty. So I got this little thing that holds onto these tiny little percussion caps. Put that back. So this is half cock, and when I got that deer with the muzzle loader, I was still hunting, so walking through the woods, and I had it at half cock. It's better than having the hammer down resting on the primer. But I don't know. Some people say that's unsafe, especially still hunting, but just use your head. So, interesting thing about this, has this double set triggers. So the fire, pull it all the way back. You can fire it with just the front trigger, but if you pull the rear trigger, it makes the front trigger a lot more of a easy trigger. So we are ready to fire, so I will put my earplugs in. All right, chronograph is ready. We're at full cock. Whoa! I blew the sunshade off the chronograph. That was a big boom and a lot of smoke. I wonder. I didn't hit it, did I? Hope not. Get that percussion cap. Whew, there it is. So that was going 1,122 feet a second. Interesting. Oh. Oh Lord. Oh, I didn't mess this chronograph up. Oh, for crying out loud. Alrighty, that was interesting to say the least. Well, there was one round. So, to reload, obviously, take our powder horn. That's not quite full. Well, I think this powder horn's about empty. Need to fill it up. All right, make sure you keep the muzzle away from your face when you're reloading, in case there's any hot embers in there, meaning like hold it like this. Make sure we got it all. Now, oh, for crying out loud. I do have balls and patches in my possibles bag. But see, at the range, this is just a little easier to do it this way. Oh. I don't want to start. And it gets harder to load every time you fire. So black powder, especially, oh boy, I don't want to go down, is getting to be, you know, you can make your deer hunting season longer, and it's getting to be pretty popular as more, you know, a traditional way to hunt game. So, and I sure enjoy it, but it's not something you want to just, you know, buy the stuff and go do, because it's a lot different than rifle hunting, a lot different than bow hunting. I guess it has more in common with rifle and bow, but it's quite a bit different. All right, hopefully we don't blow that sunshade off again. Blew the front one off. 11:22 again. All right, I don't think I got a reading, to tell you the truth. Well, all right. Now, I have, in this powder flask, I have 3F, or Pyrodex P, so we'll try it. See how it goes. Remember to keep the muzzle away from your face. I need to tighten up that screw. It already looks like it's about to come off. Dang wind blowing blowing all my paper and everything else. I forgot to write down what I'm going to be doing now, but I'll get to it eventually. I think on that last shot, the hatch was kind of hanging up. And that's why I didn't want to load as nicely. Oh, that time the cat disintegrated on the cone. Okay, I'm at full cock. Well, that's fine. Whoa! That was moving a lot faster. 1877. Whew, man. I don't know if it's the smoke or what is blowing the... blowing the sunshades off the chronograph, but boy, it's certainly doing something. Yeah, you could tell in the recoil that was a lot more with this finer powder. I've seen some YouTube videos of guys, and they like using Pyrodex P in their. I gotta get a little more in there to make this. In their rifles, and boy, they claim it's a lot better. I don't know. It's definitely faster. I don't know if I got a good reading on that 2F on the second shot, so I'll probably have to take one more shot with the 2F at the end. It's gonna, I know it's not gonna be fair because it's not perfectly clean bore, but it'll tell us something. Oh, come on. Sometimes these patches can make it a son of a gun to get that ball to go. Oh boy. Okay, this is the second shot of a 3F. Getting down there in primers. I hope I'm not screwing up my chronograph, but I might be way too dang close to this. There, it says error. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah, they still got powder in here. All right. I'm gonna do one more with the 2F and see how this works. Because I don't think I got a good reading on my second shot, because it was 1122, it was the exact same, so that tells me that I didn't get a good reading. Oh, the smoke came out of there. There were some hot embers in there. Good thing I didn't have it pointed at my face. Sometimes with that patch can sometimes make it a stinker to get going down the barrel. Oh yeah. It seems like once you get it started going, it goes good, but yeah, it's funny, the percussion caps, they all want to get caught in the hammer face. I only had one stayed on the cone. All righty, here we go. Hopefully we get a reading. Whoa, 2,899. I don't think it was going that fast. Well, I guess that'll kind of be the end of that. That's what is that, 5 shots? She needs to be cleaned. That was it was a lot of fun, you know. If you want to hunt whitetails with these, you know, get them out, practice, go ahead and do it. You know, 200 years ago, people were shooting grizzly bears with these things. So that was with real black powder. But you know, if you're really into history or you want to do some rendezvous, there's lots of good rendezvous you can go to, muzzleloader shoots. It's a lot of fun. Smoke. It's something, you know, that I enjoy, and I think I'm just gonna stick with using Pyrodex RS for a while, because I know it works, and I don't really need more power than that. But anyway, that'll be today's video. I'm Pete Refshaw with Refshaw Outdoors, and even more important with black powder, keep that powder dry.